Boogie2988 has recently been exposed for faking his cancer diagnosis. Now, for the last 2 years, he's been telling his viewers and friends that he's been dealing with this thing called polycythemia vera, which is a form of blood cancer. However, that's not what Boogie actually had. What he actually had was polycythemia, which is just an increase in red blood cell mass. What that means, I have no idea. I'm not a scientist. But he got confronted by the mad lad himself, Destiny, on the Lolcow Live podcast, where he basically just says, hey, you've been faking all of this, none of your story adds up, and I guarantee you don't have any documentation saying that you have cancer. To which Boogie folds and makes this weird, like, moral grandstand.
And now you're being confronted on one of the biggest lies on internet history.
I can't think of it.
And you won't prove it?
No.
You won't prove it?
I'd rather you go ahead and print it.
If this is true, and you lied about cancer, this is the biggest scandal on the internet.
That he won't show his medical records to everyone, despite Destiny and Mutahar offering $10,000 towards his cancer treatment if he just shows them one piece of paper saying cancer on it. Now, this already looks bad, but when you add in the context that Boogie just ran like a crypto NFT scam on his audience less than a month ago, it just makes him look worse, because he's fine with scamming his fans, but he draws the line at showing his friends a piece of paper. Now, at this point, this is already a huge red flag, but it's not until the next installment of the Lolcow Live podcast where he's confronted again by Destiny, and he just straight up admits he never got told by the doctor he had cancer.
Treating you for polycythemia vera.
He might have uttered those words, maybe. He might, I know, I'm sure he said polycythemia maybe. And he might have even said polycythemia vera. He never told you that you had cancer, though.
That's fair. That's true. I had to Google that.
Okay, yes. Which is what we thought.
Oh my
God. That's what we thought in the beginning.
So of course the natural and sane response to that is to grab a knife and threaten to end yourself on the stream.
No,
Hold on.
No,
he wants me to. He told me to, right?
No.
Oh, this is so much better than eating a sandwich
right now.
So much better than eating a sandwich, Destiny.
Put that away right
You
now.
fucking piece of shit.
Okay.
Now, also, I realize I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but if you're not familiar with what the Lolcow Live podcast is, it's a podcast started by Keemstar for Wingsofredemption and Boogie2988 to essentially have a platform to respond and address different dramas and trolls that they're having to deal with at the time. Which is why they brought Destiny on, so that he could confront Boogie on it, and Boogie could kind of shut down these rumors that were spreading. But instead he folded, and it quickly became clear he was just lying. So once it was officially confirmed that he faked having cancer, Keemstar set up some punishments for him. I think he did this in an attempt for Boogie to go through some form of humiliation so that the internet would kind of accept him back for the atrocities that he's done. And some of them were pretty minor, you know, he's not allowed to post online, he's not allowed to sell things online. But then it got a little extreme and they fired him from the show, but they actually paid him for leaving the show, so I don't know how much of a punishment that actually is. But then they also made him get a face tattoo that says liar on his cheek. Which again, like, yeah, that sucks, no one wants that to happen, but his friends were hyping him up, kind of saying that this redeemed him. His girlfriend was telling him how hot she thought it was. So again, like, my visceral gut reaction is like, yeah, that sucks, no one wants that tatted on their face, but if you look at it in a vacuum, I actually don't know how much of a punishment this was for him for doing something so shitty. Especially when you consider it's just going to be covered by his beard, and if you go and look at a video of him today, you can't even tell he has it. But yet he's still posting today, so it's like he came back with seemingly no consequence after just faking cancer. Which is cool, I guess. Now, all of this is just such a bizarre situation, but I think the most fascinating aspect out of all of it is the fact that Wingsofredemption is here, and he's actually kind of playing the straight man.
Why don't you say what you want to say about the situation?
I want to die. That's what I say over and over and over again. I hate being alive. I hate being alive. I hate breathing. I hate being alive. I'm in tremendous pain. I'm in tremendous pain. Help me, help me, help me.
Pain.
I fucking hate myself every second. Because I'm a piece of shit. Have you not read the fucking internet?
The internet's not always right.
Now, if you've followed me for any period of time, you've probably known about my obsession with Wingsofredemption. And I'm just so used to seeing him be the one freaking out and, like, losing his mind on stream and the general community being against him. But now he's the one sitting here telling Boogie to calm down. It's just so funny, because back when Wings was losing his mind, Boogie was kind of like the normal guy, and everyone was like, look at Boogie, he's the positive role model, try to be more like him. And ever since they had their boxing match, and quite frankly, Wings absolutely bodied Boogie, it's like they've swapped places in terms of public opinion, which has just been very, very interesting to watch over the years. Also, just one more note in case this one day does eventually get revealed. I think it would be hilarious if the face tattoo he got actually was fake, because it's just so on the nose, like he's getting a tattoo calling him a liar, and he lied about getting the tattoo. It's just something I wouldn't put past him at this point, and honestly, I don't know what's real anymore. But I do actually want to make a video going over the redemption of Wings sometime in the near future. But all of this stuff going on with Boogie right now was just way too riveting to not talk about. And if there's any updates on this story, you best believe you'll be hearing from me. But until then, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day, and take care.